On this episode of BuMpY's Beer Review from Mill 77 Brewing out of looks like Norwood, Massachusetts. I have their Citrus Arcade. This is a New England IPA, 6.5% ABV. I'm guessing they use Citra hops. I don't know if they say it on the can. Citrus flavors derived from Citra and Galaxy hops. Okay, so they do list the hops. Very cool. So Citra Galaxy, New England IPA. That is the label art there. You got one of those, what the heck was that? I think it was Galaxy. or one of those ones with the Atari type games. All right, let's go ahead and crack into this one and see what it offers. I'm a little bit skeptical just because the bottom of the can looks like that. It's got a bulge. Good thing I'm outside. All right, I think it was just a dent in the can from being dropped. The head on this, it's a sudsy white head. The color of the beer itself is it's kind of like a chalky yellow to orange. It's got a good amount of like haze to it. I would say murky, slightly milky. It looks like the appearance of this thing. It looks like a very fluffy, soft. Like if it was a stuffed animal, it would be a very, very fluffy and soft stuffed animal. But it's a beer, and still looks fluffy and soft. And the head's starting to die down. But let's go ahead and get some aromas from afar. Yeah, definitely citrusy. Sweet citrus. Let's get closer. It's a nice smelling beer. Almost like a. So you get the citrus type tones to it. I'd say it's a bit on the more on like the kind of orange citrusy side. Then there's almost like a melon type of a note that kind of comes through. It's almost got like a slight kind of cantaloupe with the citrus. Yeah, it's smelling pretty nice. So let's go ahead and dive on in here for the first sip. So cheers. All right, so there's some good malt presence. It does have a bit of a graininess, which I typically don't like, but this is kind of working. It's kind of grainy to grassy. There's a slight kind of bread sweetness to it as well. Good carbonation to it. It's moderately carbonated, small, fine, spritzy bubbles. It's not a big soft. It's not. It looked like it was going to be super soft. It's not. Very drying on the palate. It's got a good amount of bitterness. It definitely kind of has a lot of grassy type tones to it. A little bit of earthy toned. Some kind of like pithy or orange rind type notes as well. That's kind of all in the finish. I'd say that this is definitely a moderately bitter beer. It's balanced out though. That's the thing. Slightly balanced out. It drinks like a almost like an East Coast IPA with a slight bit of New England IPA. Little citrusy undertones right up front, carries through mid palate, getting into more of that kind of grassy and pithy, rindy finish. The malt kind of carries through. You do get that graininess up front a little bit, and then that kind of bread, even toasty cracker type note. Just kind of carries through right to the finish. 6.5% ABV. Yeah, it drinks right where it says it is. Good medium body to this one. Yeah, it's kind of almost bringing back the flavors of old. When these New England IPAs were getting up and running, I think there was a handful of them that kind of hit this way. Still more on the bitter side, not as sweet, but there's kind of a slight balancing act. Yeah, it reminds me a bit of like some Alchemist beers that I've had. I'm liking this one. I'm gonna land this one in that kind of mid-range, very good. I'd say definitely try it out if you see anything from Mill 77 Brewing. This is one to give a go. And say cheers. Thank you all for watching.